60 Cycle Hum features a mix of products that were purchased or provided and content that is a mix of sponsored, paid, unpaid, and Patreon funded. Use your eyes, ears, and common sense to come to your own conclusions.
Hey everyone, I'm Ryan. You're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and in this video, I'm going to unbox and check out a pedal that I actually meant to film when I was out at Sweetwater, and it just didn't happen. I ran out of time. So Sweetwater was like, hey, if you didn't have time to film it here, just take it home with you and film it there. Good idea. Really twisted my arm, Sweetwater. So anyways, what do we have here? This is the Catalinbread Topanga Burnside, which is a limited edition version of the Topanga Reverb being sold only through Sweetwater. And it's got a big difference to it. Oh look, a little skateboard. It's fun. Someone's easily distracted. I never played around with these when they came out in the 90s. I was a skateboarding kid back then, but I didn't get into the fingerboards. I don't think I'm going to be able to do an ollie. With some practice, maybe. Just as bad at fingerboards as I am at real skateboards. So anyways, the Topanga Burnside. I'm a longtime fan of the Catalinbread Topanga, even though I just stumbled on their name. But I think it's a really excellent sounding spring reverb style pedal. It kind of does that clicky, slapbacky, built-in brick sort of thing. And the Burnside version here from Sweetwater, brought to you by Sweetwater, has an extra special trick. It has a built-in tremolo. From what I understand, it only affects the wet signal. It's not a tremolo on your dry signal, which is the sort of thing that I'm really into. I love doing that sort of thing with, like reverbs and delays that have effects loops, and you can put effects on the trail, but not on the dry signal. So just the trail is being affected. Let's turn on some amps and check it out. I'm going to be using my Amp Pro 2 Jazzmaster here because I like it. Is there any other reason to play guitar other than liking it? Well, obviously it's pretty appropriate for a surf style reverb. But anyways, I'm also going to be running into my 2 Princeton's rig. Do you like this? If you like this, let's use the thumbs up and thumbs down to vote for this right now. If you like it, thumbs up down below. If you don't like it, thumbs down. Don't worry, it won't hurt the channel. All analytics are positive analytics. So click that thumbs down if you want this to stop. Do you want the 2 Princeton's gag to stop? Do you want it to keep going? Vote it out down below. So anyways. There is my dry signal, and here is the Topanga Burnside with everything right about at noon. Ooh, there it is. You don't really hear that trim chop on the reverb signal until you stop playing. It's very subtly in there, but then there it is. That's fun. Like you can feel there's some motion in there, like this throbbing thing going on in the background, but it's not over the top. It's not taking over the whole signal the way a traditional tremolo setup would. I'm assuming this is a master speed and depth sort of thing here. Yeah. Let's pull that all the way out and explore the rest of the pedal. We've got dwell, tone, mix, and volume, all very important controls. well all the way up. Technically, I don't consider that a drip. It's more of a splash, or like a slapbacky clank that has reverb trail over it. But in the case of the Topanga, I give it a pass as a surfy reverb because the tonality of the reverb as a whole is so perfect for that sort of application. It just does it. Here's the mix. You can really hear what's going on there. There's a pre-delay, sort of like splashy little crash, slapback thing happening. And that approximates the sound of a drip. It doesn't have that little like that true drip that you get from a real spring unit, or you know, the newer pedals that are out there that are a full like high power, high, you know, algorithm digital version of a reverb that simulates that drip very well. But for what this is, like it does a really great job of giving you a surfy sound. Yeah, it just sounds great. I bought the first Topanga I had before I was doing demo channel stuff, and I used it live for my surf band all the time. Here's the tone control range. Super bright. Dark and mellow. I mean, honestly, whether it delivers that true simulation of a drip or not, it sounds good. It's just a good sounding pedal. During the time when I was using this live with my band, I was also using a Boss FRV1. In retrospect, the Boss FRV1 does not sound good. I thought it sounded good at the time because it was the only pedal I could find that was like getting close to doing that true drip. But in reality, even though it had a closer emulation of a drip, this was the better sounding pedal. So it often run both of them at the same time with the Boss before this one to add some drip into this. And then this was really like the core of making it actually sound good. Also, the FRV1 was terrible at the way it filtered your signal. Like putting drives before it just completely filtered the drives in this really like unpleasant way. And the Topanga did not have that issue. Put the tone right about there. Volume is a really great addition to a spring reverb pedal. Honestly, every pedal should have a volume control on it. Like phasers should have a volume control on it. Wahs should have a volume control on it. They should all have volume controls. Famously, I think all tremolos should have volume controls because you need to control not just the mix, but the volume change that happens with that effect when you engage it in your chain. So having a volume here is really fantastic. Also, the Topanga has a really nice kind of like preamp quality to it, where you could bring back the mix on this and just use it as a boost, and it would be a make your rig sound better sort of solution. This is the Klon of reverb pedals. It's weird to be doing an unboxing and first impressions video of a pedal that I'm already so intimately familiar with. That trail is just so pretty too. I've tried a lot of analog style, Belton brick style, slapbacky style, spring reverb style pedals over the years. And the Topanga is just flat out the tops for me. It's the one that nails the tonality that I look for in a spring reverb. Yeah, it does the Belton brick crash back, splash back, you know, kind of like delay emulation of the drip, which I keep mentioning. But of that genre of reverb pedal, like, I think the Topanga really is the tops. Which is why I wanted to try this when I was at Sweetwater. All right, let's check out the range of that trem now. With it all the way down, it has been off in a little bit. You can hear there, it engaged a little bit more. It was very slight there. Ooh. I think the intensity is the same across the board. That's just speed. Man, it's got a hard chop to it. I think that's the sweet spot for me right there. Right about there, it started to sound like what I would use. Bring back the mix a little bit. Yeah, I think I like it a bit faster. Let's go full mix on that now. See, I think I found the click-on point there. Right there. It's off. Now it's on. Let's do something a little bit more subtle and darker and moodier. Yeah, that's great. I think that's a really smart and fun addition to a circuit that I'm already a big fan of. The Topanga is a classic spring reverb pedal, in my opinion. By this point, it's been out like a decade or so now. Maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter. I can't remember. But having that little extra trim option, I think is fun. This colorway, this art is fun. The bright neon pink. It comes with a little skateboard. It comes with a cool sticker. Let's try hitting it with some drive. I still feel bad about the fact that when I did the pedal board run through on Sweetwater's channel that I forgot to talk about the Wampler bell. I mentioned how I think the Topanga does a great job of not filtering drives in an obnoxious way. So maybe we can show that off. Ooh, I should plug this into 18 volt too. That's a trick with these. You can run them off of 18 volt and you get a little bit more kind of like EQ headroom out of them. The bell has become like a must-have on my board. Like I'm really bummed that I didn't talk about it on that video because it is such a great pedal. It's everything like that Two Screamers promised to be to me, but then never delivered on. Like it's got that mid hum to it. It's got this like tight kind of like saturated drive, but it doesn't sound annoying to me. Here it is with the Topanga. that trem chop really works its way in more dramatically with some drive in front of it. All right, 18 volt now. Swap it over to the 18 volt setting on my power brick here. I'll try to unplug that right when I finish filming so I don't accidentally fry another pedal. Let's see if we can detect a difference. All right, back to 9 volts. Can't remember anything I just played. I'm not detecting a huge difference. I think where I'm hearing a difference is in that kind of like shaky, sort of like spring feel on the reverb trail, where on the 9 volt, it was much more pronounced, this little kind of waver in it. And on the 18 volt, it's much smoother. That was a skunky note back there. All right, back to 9 volt real quick. Yeah, there's this really quick, like shimmer vibration happening at the end of the trail on the 9 volt setting. And it just holds out a bit longer and doesn't do that quite as pronounced at the end of the trail on the 18 volt setting. I know there's supposed to be a bit of EQ headroom, maybe gain headroom or something like that on the 18 volt setting, but that is the most dramatic thing I'm picking up with my ears right now in the room. Maybe it buys us more reverb trail. Maybe a little bit. It's hard to tell. Anyways, I think it sounds great. I'm excited to have it again. I sold my last Topanga because I thought I was done with Topangas because there's so many other reverb pedals in my collection. But I think I'm going to keep this one around at least a while. Here's a debate. I've got a little skateboard. Do I give this to my kid? Or do I keep it with the packaging for when I do sell it someday? What's more important? Giving my kid a toy that he'll have fun with. I know he will play with this and enjoy this. Maybe even my daughter will play with this and enjoy this as well. She might even enjoy it more, honestly. Or do I keep it with the packaging to keep everything pristine so someday when I sell this as a collector's item, it'll be worth a little bit more. I don't know. Fight it out in the comments. Anyways, thanks for watching. Huge thanks to Sweetwater for sending this home with me. I really appreciate it. And you know what? Buy a shirt if you're naked. Rude and nasty comments down below. Like, subscribe, dislike, all that stuff. And stay grounded. Bye, everybody.